Hi YouTubers, my name is Gabriella and this is my look for prom 2011. I actually wore this look for my senior prom 4 years ago. I hope you enjoy and thanks for watching.
As with all things makeup, you want to start with a good primer. I would recommend Urban Decay Primer Potion, especially in the new bottle. Do not believe Sephora when they tell you that all they have is the old bottle. That's so difficult to use. Demand kindly the new bottle, and I'm sure they have a few stashed away in the back if they're not had on display. So you take clean fingers, and just put a little, not very much, that all over each lid. I prefer to start with the lightest color, which is usually the highlight, and go down, especially when I'm working with darker colors, because it tends to get a bit messy. But you can really do however you want, however feels best for you. I'm going to start with a highlighter color. I'm doing Vanilla by Mack with I've had these brushes for a while, a 224 brush. And just pretty much pop that around your eyebrow area. Now, for a prom look, you can absolutely use a more flashy highlight color like Mack Dazzle Light, but on me it tends to come out extremely white, which is not what I want. I don't want the highlight to be a main attraction. Crease, we're going to take Mack's Honesty. Hopefully that'll show up. And we're going to continue with that 224 brush because the color we used was so light, it's really going to be okay to move on to Honesty. So continue with the 224 brush. Take Honesty. Put that in the crease, a bit above the crease. You really want the champagne sparkle. So it's prom. You want tons of sparkle in prom. So once you've taken that all over your crease, hopefully you can see that there. After that, we're going to go with our lip color. And you really need an extra special primer for this on top of the primer potion or whatever primer you've used. When I did this look 4 years ago, I used Mack's Eye Kohl and Smolder. I don't use their Eye Kohls anymore because I'm in Southern California and they tend to melt, and after having to store them in the freezer and then them getting too brittle, I just surrendered ever wanting to use an Eye Kohl again. So I would recommend a black eyeliner pencil all over the lid because I like to collect the special editions of matte colors. I'm going to use Mack's Cream Color Base in Batblack. This is part of the Style Black collection. It's a very oily kind of base, but works perfectly for what we want to do. So I'm going to take a Mack 242 brush with the Batblack, using clean side, flat side, and just swipe that on there. And then do not get in the crease. You want to clearly just go all over the lid. It's going to have a red-purple undertone, which is perfect for lip color. I recommend direct sunlight if possible wearing makeup because then you know what you actually look like, whereas fluorescence can really change the color of your makeup. I have gone out many times thinking I had very subdued makeup that I put on in the bathroom only to go out and look like I was trying to bring the 80s back all by myself. Then we're going to take Mack's Nocturnelle eyeshadow, and using the other side, not outside with the stickiness, going to really rub it on there, really rub. And then you're just going to pat, don't rub, pat the Nocturnelle over the Batblack, and to really make the Nocturnelle pop. And because the Nocturnelle is so dark, we don't really need a outer V color for this. It's mostly about that statement, dark but bright oxymoron blade. Don't worry, we're going to blend that back out with a bit more of honesty. So take the other and do the same. Come back to 224 with honesty again, and just buff out any overzealous Nocturnelle we had. We're going to go under with an angled brush like Mack, the 266 brush. I have a special edition. Even though we have purple and gold, we're actually going to take Mack's Night Divine and just pop it in our lower lash line color under there. You're going to take it all the way in. I really can't believe it's been 4 years since it was my senior prom. It was a very fun night going to high school in the Bay Area. My prom, my senior prom, was held in San Francisco. It was gorgeous. Ugh. I hope everyone, no matter what makeup you decide to do, has a fantastic prom. So once you've done your lower lash line, we're going to take a black eye pencil. I have, especially for a prom, you want whatever's going to last the longest. So I'm recommending Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On eye pencil, and this is in 0. We do our bottom and upper waterline. For those of you who have not yet experienced the pain of your upper waterline, I would not necessarily recommend doing this on the day of your prom for the first time. I would recommend playing with this and practicing the makeup as much as you can before your actual prom day, because you do not want to try something new and poke yourself in the eye when you have only a few hours to get ready and your prom date is knocking at the door. Bad. So we're going to take that in our lower line. Another good specifically waterline would be Buxom by Escentuals, their insider eyeliner in Onyx. I actually used that for the longest time before I discovered Urban Decay. Did not talk with my hand in my mouth. This would be a especially pretty look for brown eyes. Purple is beautiful on brown eyes, but it works on any eye color too. We are going to line our upper lashes as well. With that, I'm going to take, this shouldn't be a surprise to Mack fans, Mack Fluidline in Blacktrack. As you can see, I'm a big fan of Blacktrack, with not a Mack brush, but a cheaper alternative, which is Sephora's pointed liner brush. This is number 17. I really actually love this one, more necessarily than my angled ones from Mack, because those ones, when you use them with the fluid lines, get really destroyed, and I feel like Mack has really thick brushes for this, and I like a much thinner brush. So we're going to take, wipe, and to get some Blacktrack on this brush. This may be a no-no for wrinkles, but at 22 I don't really care about wrinkles yet. I'm sure I will when I'm 35 and yelling at myself, but that's fine. So we're going, for those of us that need to pull our eyes, go right ahead, because I feel when I don't do it, I get lots of gaps when I just try and streak it across. It could be just practicing what I need to work on while working. Well, pulling my eye works fine for me for now, so I'll keep going with that until it doesn't work. You want to take and pull it, and you want a thin line, because you don't want to cover up that Nocturnelle. I like to do my eye makeup first, that way I can go through with concealer and foundation and clear it all up, because this looks messy, but I promise you it really won't in the end. So once you have your touch-ups done and your eyeliner done, it is time for mascara. I'm going to be using Mack's Zoomblack, and this is a mini one that comes maybe special collections. Can I just shut up about special collections, right? So then you're going to take this and be very careful. I am prone with this brush to poking myself in the eye. it is not very pretty when all your makeup runs from poking yourself in the eye. Especially on prom. Not pretty. What I recommend for prom is definitely a mascara that really pumps up your lashes instead, honestly, of using false lashes. Because you're going to be dancing for hours and it's going to get very hot and sweaty at prom. That sounds dirty, but it wasn't meant to. And I honestly saw a lot of girls at my senior prom whose eyelashes, the glue could not take it, and their eyelashes began falling off. And this isn't just because of poor application, it really isn't. I did theater. Oh my goodness. Be careful, Zoom lashes are very wet mascara and takes a while to dry. And if you have long lashes, you're going to touch up here, so be very careful. So I was in theater. I did theater makeup for 3 years, and for theater you absolutely have to have fake eyelashes on, and because you otherwise just cannot see them. And sweat. This is really gross. I promise you, my next video will have zero sweat. And about halfway through the show, people were having to reapply their eyelashes because that eyelash glue just cannot handle sweat. Really cannot. I'm then going to use a concealer, and especially for places where you're taking lots of pictures, I would recommend MAC Studio Finish Concealer. Here I have NW25. Really, Studio Finish is the only thing that makes me feel like I don't have these giant signs saying that I got 3 hours of sleep last night. Because as a college student, that is my average. And I wish I could tell you it's from hard parties, but it's not. It's from being a French major, history minor, and an avid knitter and quilter. I have a really hard time. Once I know about my homework, I start on one of my projects and I work into the wee hours because that's my time, my de-stress time. And unfortunately, there are not enough hours in the day to study and quilt and knit. They just aren't.